Hey guys, hello energy upgraders. Thank you for hopping on and watching this Facebook Live. It has been, I think, about a month since I did the last one. And I don't know if you remember, but the last time I did a Facebook Live, I kind of talked about how when you're feeling stuck and, not knowing what to do, not knowing what's going to work, all that stuff. I remember how I was talking about how you should just kind of throw out all the rules and just do what feels aligned. So what's funny is that right after I got off that live video, I just really felt a deep yearning, a deep desire to do a group clearing, right? Like my energy is right now, it's aligned with wanting to do that. And so it's been a year since I did my last group clearing in the Energy Upgrade program. As you guys know, I spent this past year training new intuitive coaches, and it's been 4 years since I did my last public group clearing. And I really, really miss doing them because they are one of my favorite ways to clear a lot of blocks. And what I really miss is that as I go through the process of working with my clients week after week, I'm always seeing new and complex patterns, and I'm figuring out what's underneath them, finding themes and commonalities between different people. And what I loved about offering group clearings in the past was that I could take everything I was learning in my private practice and I could put it together and teach it in a group setting and clear a lot of blockage for a lot of people, right? And so, for example, like let's say fear of scarcity is coming up with a lot of my clients all at the same time. I have the privilege of seeing all the common energies that are underneath that pattern, and I can put something together that just allows everyone to shortcut. They don't have to get on a private session with me. They can just shortcut right to whatever kind of the common energy is. They can shortcut right into the pattern and just be able to clear it in a really deep yet inexpensive group setting. And then not only that, but I can use the audio from that group clearing moving forward that can serve people forever. And so that fear of scarcity one is actually in my abundance upgrade sessions. Many of you have done it, and it's a really popular one. Anyways, so where the energy is flowing for me, what feels fun for me is I just really wanted to do another group clearing. And this energy of scarcity has kind of returned, right? So something's going on right now where scarcity and even a false sense of scarcity, right? People are making up illusions of scarcity. A lot of that energy is present right now. And so for a few, after I did that last live, for a few days, I kind of asked myself, what feels fun? And what happened was that I just kind of went along in my regular sessions with my clients. And over a few weeks, this theme of debt kept showing up, right? And so it was interesting because I was like, a lot of people have debt and it's just kind of in the background, it's happening. But for some reason I think it was just the span of 1 week where everybody was really, really stressed about their debt. And so I'm working with everyone, finding all the themes. And I also had to ask myself, like, okay, how am I creating people being so stressed out about debt? How am I an energetic match for this all in 1 week, right? So I'm always doing my own work. So I had to look into it. And the way I created it was, I just bought a house, my first house 3-4 months ago. And for the first time have the vibration of debt in my field, even though, it's my setup, all of it is super, super easy, more than manageable, very comfortable. No dent has really been made in my life because of buying a house, right? I have a very easy situation with it. And so yet the vibration of debt is something that my energy was leaking to. And it was something that, for no reason at all, right? Not everybody, many people, anyone who owns a house most likely has this same situation, right? And so, but I was noticing, like, in the background, it was stressing me out a little bit. It's like, okay, I know I have to make this many hundreds of thousands of dollars over the next 30 years, easy peasy, but it's still a vibration and it was bothering me. So that's how I attracted clients coming to me with all that stress. And so clients of all different income levels were really expressing their stress about credit card debt, mortgages, bills they owed. And it really is interesting. It doesn't even matter. Debt does not discriminate across income levels. That's for sure. But it was interesting because it really gave me an opportunity to get present just over and over with that vibration of debt. and the vibration that an individual holds around it. And I really had to look into, I had an opportunity to see the weight that it puts in people's field, even if the debt is doable, even if there is a plan, even if it's almost just like, why am I worrying about this? This is stupid. I have, this is not a big deal. Everyone has a mortgage, right? It's still a vibration. And, for a lot of people, I was able to see that debt is almost like a relationship that they're in. And, so there's cords when the debt is there. So, like I said, I really got to see the patterns at play underneath debt for some people, some that are unique to individuals and their particular upbringing, and then others that are just totally common and shared amongst a lot of people who are experiencing a lot of grief or shame with their money. So I've taken everything that I've recently learned about this debt vibration, and I've been kind of playing with the fastest ways to obliterate it and where to look, how to find the energy, how to clear it. And I want to be able to clear it for everyone. And so what I want to clear is all of the blockage and the junk around debt, not the debt itself, because debt itself is not necessarily a bad thing. Every situation is different, of course, but debt itself can open a lot of doors. It can allow you to do the things that you need and want to do. It can open up possibilities that weren't there, right? And I see a lot of situations where debt, really can. I don't want to enable anyone. If you're thinking about going and buying a yacht right now, just delete. But I've seen instances where debt really, it can be a signal to the universe that you find yourself to be worthy of having your needs met, right? And it shows you that you have faith in your future self's earning capacity. And so if you have debt, it's not the debt itself, or those of you who are thinking about taking on a debt, or, thinking about buying a certain house, thinking about investing in something, the debt itself isn't what's blocking you. It's not blocking your abundance. What's blocking your abundance are your fears, your judgments, your patterns, all the patterns that got you there, or your patterns of, the necessity of debt, whatever, and any stuck emotions surrounding the debt. All of that kind of programming, that stuff is blockage, right? So the debt itself is not a blockage. The energy around it can block your possibilities, and it can kind of cloud your intuition sometimes too, because you're not able to make decisions for yourself from your highest and best good. You're making them from the fear of more debt, right? Or fear of debt, or the junk around the debt. So one cool thing, not cool at all, but one other interesting thing that I learned even in a session yesterday is that this debt vibration is also present for people who are owed money. So if others are in debt to you, if there's money owed to you that's not being collected, and oftentimes it's kind of that situation where it's just not going to be collected, or kind of a situation like that. So even with that debt vibration is in your field. So maybe you're not in debt, but something in your field is a vibrational match for people not paying you what they owe you. So what I want to clear is the shadow energy of debt, the guilt, the shame, some of the conclusions that you made at some point, that this is going to be life, or people just aren't going to pay me. I'm going to have to be okay if people don't pay me. This is, how my parents did it, all your parents programming around it. And then all that junk that tells you that you're bad, or you're wrong, or you were irresponsible, or that you're going to be in trouble. So whether that's on the surface for you, or whether it's just laying dormant or nagging here and there, I want to clear any debt patterns that we all took on, and the beliefs that we all set up around money, any identities built up around having to do money this way, all of that stuff. So if you guys have any stuff kind of feeling heavy right now in your mind or your body as I'm talking about this, that might be a sign that some of that energy is inside you and it's getting stirred up. And so for me also, I want to do this clearing as a primer for everything I'm doing next year. So as I get ready to host my 2020 programs, I'm always looking, the people that I work with week in and week out, the Platinum and Queen clients, I'm always kind of looking, okay, what is the next step for them? What is the next step in their development? And for 2020, the theme really is going to be accessing resonance with their future self. So accessing the energy of the version of you that is abundant, that's successful, that's adored, in love, that's healthy, all of that stuff, because those energies somewhere, they're in you somewhere. So we're going to be activating that. And then when we access the resonance with those higher energies, from there, all the stuff that doesn't belong, all the stuff that needs to be cleared, clears way faster and way easier because your energy has now created an inhospitable environment for the junk, right? So that's kind of all the stuff I'm doing next year. And I've been playing with all this stuff this past year with fantastic results. And I watched a lot of people that I've been working with turn a little bit of a corner as I started implementing this for myself and kind of letting it slowly sink into what I teach and what I do and what I work on. So that all that stuff is coming next year. So first in February, I'm doing the 4-week activation series, and I'll be talking about these later, but that's where we're going to be accessing these vibrations. And then in the spring and summer, I'm going to be doing High Watt Business School, and students in that course are going to be accessing the vibration of possibility and profitability. So we'll be spending 12 weeks in High Watt Business School just really aligning with the vibration of being profitable through a series of exercises, business building, and creating a ton of online assets for yourself, all the stuff you're going to be doing to actually build a business. I'm going to show you how to do that from the frequency of I keep mixing these up, profitability, so that you can get profitable, right? And so that the blocks just come out easier. So before I kind of go into 2020 using that theme of just accessing the resonance of where you need to be, before I jump into that and let people catapult into resonance with all of that profitability they want to have, I just thought, I want to do one more group clearing. I can't quit them. I love them. So I want to do a group clearing in on this energy of debt. And so I'm going to be hosting, it's going to be a 1-hour group clearing, and it's going to be December 5th at 5 p.m. Pacific time. And it's just going to be all about clearing the vibration of debt and the emotions and beliefs holding debt in place. Anywhere you've got the energy of others being indebted to you, the patterns that, reality is that debt is how you have to do money. Debt is how you have to get what you want, get what you need. All the fears around the negative possibilities down the road, we're just going to go in and clear that. And truth be told, one of the big reasons I'm doing this is just, it's a gift that I'm giving to my Queen and Platinum clients because, people that I'm working with privately are going to need to clear this stuff, right? They need to clear this energy before our 2020 work together starts. And so in just following the energy and doing what feels fun, I'm just going to be inviting anyone else who wants to come through a Black Friday special. So there's going to be a Black Friday email going out, and usually, like in the past, I always charged $89 for my group clearings. I'm offering this for $33 just so I can have anyone who wants to be there can be there, right? So I need people to have a little bit of an investment just so that they actually show up, because I'm going to be limiting it to about 45 people, so that, because I want to make sure I can individually clear, like I can see everyone clearly and clear them. So I have to have people invest a little bit, but I also don't want money to be a barrier to showing up. So $33 for an hour of clearing. I personally think it's the tiniest investment that can go so far, and it's going to open up some space in your energy field so you can help kind of match yourself to that abundant reality. It'll be that much easier to access resonance with that abundance and profitability that you're pulling in for next year. And anybody can attend, whether anyone's worked with me before or not. And so you don't have to be in debt to attend. This is a good clearing that's going to help anyone release some energy around guilt and shame about where you've spent your money. It'll be helpful for those of you who have fear of going into debt. So I've worked with people who are in the 7-8 figure range. I've worked with really high earning, some celebrity clients. And even though they have that much money coming in, I've heard from many of them that they still feel like they're in debt because they're thinking about, okay, I need enough money to last the next 30 years, and I need to pay these housekeepers and gardeners and private schools and all of that stuff. They're feeling like they're in debt because they're thinking about the next 20, 30 years of how much it's going to take to run their life. So you don't have to be in debt to clear debt vibrations. And it's also just going to be really helpful for any of you guys who have, who own a home, have a mortgage, have credit card debt. Maybe you owe some people, maybe some people owe you. So I'm sorry, there's like a helicopter and police officers outside of my street. So sorry, I just got a little bit mixed up. So I'm excited to do my part to clean up that energy, clean up that debt vibration before we head into the holidays, and then also before we, just get rid of all that unnecessary stuff before going into next year. I know that anyone in this group, anyone who's following me online, also they're people who are constantly up-leveling. So you've gotten to a new level of awareness every year. And so next year, I'm really taking it big with this new way of teaching and doing, just because I've experienced so much success with it. And so I just want to clean up the debt vibration before we go into that. So if this is calling to you, even if your money is good, but you've got stuff coming up around financial security, I hope you can join us. And I will put a link in on this page with information to it. So I think it's highwattliving.com/group-clearing, but I'll put a link in there. And if you're on my email list, there's going to be an email going out on Black Friday to join us as well. So I'm going to share with you guys first so that you have first crack at it. But hopefully a lot of you guys can join. And I'm really excited to be doing a group clearing again. They really light me up. They're really, I love clearing that much energy. I love when a lot of different people come together with the same junk, because it can clear that much, not only faster, but just that much more strongly, where we know it's out. So yeah, I'm excited to just release the debt vibration for people in my circle, so you guys can move forward and experience more abundance. So, when that debt isn't distorting you, you can act from your intuition. You can do what you feel guided to do. You can have what your soul is guiding you to have without the debt telling you that you don't deserve it. So again, I'm really looking forward to it. There's comments. I didn't see everybody. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see you guys. Yay. Let's see. I just was seeing if there's any questions. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, cool. I'm so excited to see you guys in there. If you have any questions, let me know, but I'll put a link to join in this, on this thread, on this page, and you can invite anyone you want. $33. Like I said, I just want you there. So, yeah, I hope you can join. All right, you guys. Sending you lots of love.